All right, here we go again, folks. It's Hambbage. There's no slide. We're doing this one extra safe. Man, sincere apologies. I don't know how I missed that. I really, unless I just clicked the window as I said, here we go, and didn't get the starting button. I don't know, or if I'd left the thank you up and only got one, not the other. Whatever left the starting slide in front of the action, I sincerely apologize. But man, that was kind of a perfect storm of oopses, and of course the noise was something I had no idea was coming, and really just got worse and worse. So I gave it a good break. I unexpectedly I went out for a walk in the heat. It's coming up on 4 p.m., so I kind of got the bulk of it, and it looks like a storm, or at least some cloud cover is building up. So we may not quite max out at like 5 o'clock, but we'll see what happens. But it was good reset getaway. I set that one to I think go pretty quick after. I think the next one comes up in just over an hour. I don't even know the episode numbers at this point, but the one where we get the cats and everything goes up, and then we'll have this bad one a half hour later, and then I'll try to have this one at the top of the next hour. So we'll kind of split it. I guess we never did sleep. I was checking the time of the episode and realized everything went wrong there. So again, we're gonna dust ourselves off and get back on the good side of things. So, we had a few ideas we were talking about there at the end of the last episode. And I think we won't do ourselves any disservice by getting chickens going. We got everything we need back at the village. That will, of course, keep our replanted crops growing. And we'll just do that little bit first, and then kind of move forward. I would like to work up between something with the farm. I don't know what that's gonna look like yet, but I know we're not in the ideal situation at the moment, so try to come up with something a little better. But obviously first step here is, okay, we did clear all that, so it's not be too catastrophic here. And I think the chickens of the area would appreciate a little security, some regular food, a chance to extend their family lines. And this still gives us access to this little cave over here. That's okay, because now we're going to get some dirt back. go. Now, it's going to be tight. Let's see if we can... Oh. Oh, man. Cows are very excited. They're like, wait, we're going to get neighbors? Awesome. They were kind of feeling like they were getting stuck out here on their own. Never our intent, little cows. No, no. Switch that. Switch it. Oh, now I'm so paranoid. What could be going wrong in this recording? And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Pop these on here while we're doing stone stuff. I think we're still a little bit early for those guys. So we'll run back over, get the walls, and oh, they might be right here, actually. I don't know how many I brought over. No, I took them back, because of course I did. And yeah, this is... Considering our food, the jump sprinting may not be the best plan, but especially when you get the little bit of extra air there, but time is money, so they say. Okay, don't need those. I think we've got spots for all that. Walls and gates. And we do have wheat and seeds, so we should be set. Let's go do a little run around here. Just make sure everything gets loaded. Again, this totally unnecessary, but old habits die hard. You know, you wanna let your plants know that they're loved and that you care that they grow up big and strong. All right, now torches. And gates. All right. Well, we're ready for them. Now we just gotta go find them. This time we'll leave those here. Switch these. Hey, pigs. Yeah, we're not ready for you yet. Someday, maybe. Although, I gotta tell you, the Nether does not make raising pigs appealing in any way. There they are. chicken. Ooh, how about you, though? You want to come join the chicken parade? Am I even going in the right direction? It's a full-on chicken adventure, guys. All right. A little experience. Now let's try to feed the cows. All right, cows done. Whole bunch of... Hey, what are you doing? You're coming with me, pal. You've heard about riding off into the sunset. You're riding home in the sunset. Come on. Get a screenshot. Because important. Okay. Now I think we'll swing by, check again on the crops, go all the way on through to home, unload all this mob loot stuff, the ores, everything that we got out of the cave. And then, I don't know, we may expand out of that cave that's underneath here. We may also look at the feasibility of some farms over at our base. Because there's really two strong options that we could look at implementing. I think we're going to have enough room. Wherever you need to go, buddy. I don't want to hit you. All right. Fields are good. We did not overwhelm. I was checking over here. I thought maybe a potato had gotten loose, but I think we got it. Oh, and that's all solid. Can't go around that way. That's why we built the walkway. Oh, it's nice. Wait, this is where that... I don't have the raw fish here anymore. That's right, there was a cat stuck somewhere around here, though, right? Oh, we've got cats. Yep, I hear ya. Maybe we'll bring over a new cat friend for you at some point. Not right now, though. Okay, let's unload the stuff. Potatoes are looking great. Wheat's getting strong. Got our fish down here. All this stuff. Go away. Keep those going. Copper's gonna get out of control, but the XP isn't bad. Glass, I think we were storing here. Tools, we need a few. While they're still noticeably loud from here, not having the cats get on top of the chests is so nice. And it's a cute touch. I love it for the game atmosphere. I think in that way it's really cool, but it gets on your nerves. Okay, we're set there. Should still have lots of daylight left. So what's really going on when we look at the possibility of farming? I don't want to go that far away. Got all this level, but I don't think it's... Maybe if we push out into the river, but we've gotten some good salmon out of the river too. Is that always like that? Seems weird. I don't know. Don't know. I think having this ravine cut right across up to that lake, so we can't extend any way back that way. I just don't. I don't see it working here. There's just not a good spot. As much as I would love to do it, we could do a little square farm that would just be growing every time we're at base, so we'd get, more production of potatoes or wheat or whatever we were looking for, and we could use that to supplement, but still not gonna be what we need. I think we just table it for now. What I do want to do is cook a stack of potatoes. I know I said everything's going to seed. We've got plenty, and we did replant, so we'd have 2 rows, some extra, and more beyond that. So let's go do our exploration bit a little more. Is that dangerous? That is dangerous. Let's take care of it real quick. Let's go. Okay, we did clear this. I could use a little more light. Ooh, how about up above? Two, three, 1, 2, 1. Oh, 1. And the best is we get to trade it out for andesite. Great. Not bad if you just need a pillaring block or something to make a bridge, but I expect he's following me, but ooh, oh boy. Alright, let's bring you boys along. None of them come. Oh, what? That's the bit I don't like. Why can't we go up the hole? Some exploration is best saved for daytime. Alright, while we're sleeping, double check everything. Looks good. You guys are seeing what I'm seeing. We're 23 minutes in. Ooh. Kind of took down my... strategic buffer here. Also took down all my torches. as far as I was hoping. I don't know where all those skellies are that they keep getting shots at me. I haven't seen any of them. Definitely sounds as if we've got some friends close here. That area was supposed to be all lit up and safe. Remember, the zombies can call for assistance. Plenty of fun to be had in this cavey maze. Ooh, regular spiders? Sweeping Edge 3, a golden apple, a name tag, so get those comments in for the cat names. So this begs the question, what can we do for a spider farm that will be easy XP? I don't know a real good model for that, so I may have to do some research there. I think they want to climb up. So do you just have to have falling water all around the area and then the same water floor to push them down? I don't know. We'll play around with it though. I'm not gonna get rid of it. And again, we have enough string now that whenever we want it, we can bow. Fortunately, the spiders themselves don't have great drops, right? You know, once you have 5 pieces of string, you're pretty well set. You got a bow and you got a fishing rod. And we already had the fishing rod, so the XP would be the nice part of it. And it was a little bit late. I didn't really comment on it, but getting extra beet seeds is really nice too, because we only have like 2 of those. And being able to, that's the slow multiplier, right? If you're just growing 1 to get 3 seeds, that takes a lot longer. If you've got a half dozen seeds to start with, you're going to greatly accelerate your time to productivity. So that will be nice. Alright, lots of torches in here, because this is our home. Some more iron. Could have missed. You always gotta look going and coming a little bit, just to make sure you're not. Bypassing any goodies. Alright, well, that at least seems better. Oh, he's got an enchanted bow. That sounds like a baby. What do we do over here? I think this connects out to some of our like exit level caves. Oh. Just a back area. Well, he got me once. What are you gonna do? He's little and quick. Huh. It's our first spider eye. Oh, can these be combined? Perfect. Alright. Let's get on back if we can. See, it's that one that... Not ideal. Figure something out. Okay. Ooh. All the random bits. I thought I got... some extra chests. Some more coal. We're doing well. We gotta redo torches here right quick, so... That'll bop them back down a little bit. The andesite. And then our seed banks. We're up to 20 pumpkin, 8 of the beets. Horse armor. Okay, well that means we can now switch to regular stacks of food. Good thing there. And we can reset our torches. I know I don't need to go into the box to make the torches. I do. It's easier, you know, you got a work table. It's way easier trying to hold the torches in your arms as you're making them. Let's do some fishing next time. Go over and check the crops again. Because again, we got to keep that rotation going. Hey. Hey there. One of you two is getting a name. Oh. Pardon me, yawn. I know, you sound so desperate down there, little kitty. You can come out this way. Oh, no, you can't come out that way. Oh, no. Well, we've got a fishing rod, so... Perfect. I think we figured out what our day is going to be. But first the plants. Then, do they have a pond in town we can fish up some fish out of? You're lucky he's a little cat. Sheep. Okay, crops. Grow up big and tall. So there's the pond all the way down in the low side over here. Which seems smaller than I remember it. Ah, some good relaxing fishing. Just what we need to make our crops grow. Oh wow, I got it. Okay. I was a little, I'm like enjoying a sip of water, not hand on, because I'm holding the mic up. Two fish. Do. Fishing, fishing. There's a puffer fish. We'll need a couple of those. Come on, let's get some more fish going. Not lily pads. Right at noon. Every fisherman knows noon is the best fishing time. Fish go crazy at noon. Okay, we're getting there. Ooh. Always look at your look at your fishing bobber. Laser focused. You don't want to look away. If you do, fish could get your bait. Get away. That's right at that little nibble. You gotta set the hook. Alright, what's that? 5 and 1? Give it a try. Back up past the crops. Do a little walkthrough. Check the soil alkalinity. Seems very basic. Back to 2 in there. Man. Oh, that was it. Okay. Now they're not gonna come and get you, but they might come and get me. A creeper up there. Okay, come here, buddy. Come here. I know you. No, don't go down in the hole. Don't go in the hole. Come here. Come on. Come on, kitty. Come on, kitty. Come on. Fish and freedom. Oh, moved it just the wrong time. Come on. Here you go. Come on, kitty. Stop it. Come on. Oh, thank you. All right, you just chill there for a sec. Now. That sounded weird. It was because the mic stayed up above my ear. But I softly talked in the kitty. You guys all heard it. You saw that it needed no interpretation, the beauty and grace, animal connection that I had going on. All right, so cat number 3 of type number 3. Oh, don't, ow. Here. Come on. Come on. You've been stuck in that hole too long, cat. Good. Come on. Let's take you up here. There you go. You guys can be like the, oh, what it's like the cat's a berry end or something like that. If anybody knows that reference, kudos. I'm not gonna leave that one out to people though, because it's obscure. Either you know it or you don't, and it's one I kind of have no business knowing. I've certainly read it on the source enough times, but didn't, I don't have the deep, intimate familiarity with the world to even understand the depth. But it's like the cat's a berry end or something like that. 44 minutes. A Lord of the Rings reference. And Strider, who everybody knows from the movies and all the rest of it, says it early in the Fellowship book. He's taken the hobbits, and I believe it's kind of like a throwaway, kind of like laughing off something, their infamiliarity or something like that with the world. I think I may be off here, but pretty sure he uses it, and he says, "You guys are, effectively, you guys are crazier than the cat's a berry ant or something." And it's this totally unexplained reference that Tolkien uses throughout his worlds, but that one is significant in that to this point, and his papers and everything have been pretty thoroughly reviewed by his son, and the Tolkien Foundation, whatever, the trustees of all of his writings. There's no other reference. He didn't make notes. What is he talking about there? But that's what Tolkien did when he created the wonderfully rich world of the Silmarillion and the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. It's this whole universe, and he had to create that to create the story in a sense that he felt was believable. And we're all the benefactors of that, because he's out there going, I wonder what the languages would be like. Well, languages, that's such a cool pattern. Look at how the cobble now has these little zigzags that just maze around and connect. That is fantastic. Oh, that's the deep slate. Even better. Man, that's cool. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, he's exploring languages and trying to basically create a world in which he's making the Elven languages, and how they would derivate from one another over time. And it's this a human setting for the Lord of the Rings, but his history of that world went back to the dawning of that world. He made creation myths and stories, and for elves who are effectively immortal, unless they're killed in battle, they were there from the time that they were created. They've been around, the oldest ones, and those oldest ones aren't still around by and large. There's very few that we know in the Lord of the Rings type stuff. Well, anyway, his whole idea in that is, to make any of these stories feel like they're placed in something that's not just a theatrical backdrop of a world. The idea that when you're creating an outdoor scene in theater or something like that, you paint a canvas to hang behind the stage. That's the mountains or the sea or the parks, or wherever the characters may be interacting, and it's everybody that's at the theater is in the know that that's not really an ocean back there. That's the back of the stage, and it's covered up. And it's the suspension of disbelief, right? You hear that, anybody that's been through a junior high type lit class understands suspension of disbelief. And it really becomes a crutch to, oh, well, if you want to understand my stuff, just, suspend your disbelief. And that's where sometimes writers will view the praise of, say you're writing science fiction. Well, if a physicist says, yeah, this is really good stuff, I really enjoy it, that means that, yeah, your story is not implausible to the people to your audience. They're able to take it and go, yeah, that doesn't aggravate my sense of what is and isn't, that kind of stuff. It's fitting. And yeah, there may be, tentacled aliens that are coming and mind probing people or something, but that's the suspension of disbelief. The rest of it is conceivable, and so that story can be stronger in the audience's mind because they're not constantly having to process out this theatrical backdrop of a world. It is space and cold and dark, and everyone doesn't need to wear spacesuits because of the great air mask adaptation that came about after the sun blew up. That kind of stuff. You lose the writer's focus on the tentacled aliens with the mind probes, because you're like, wait a minute, what happened with this whole people just bounce around in the vacuum of space and they're cool? Like, what's going on? So Tolkien was this early master of that by creating a world in which the characters all approach this epic thing, the quest of the ring, to with different backgrounds, and they don't all know the same stuff. So therefore, some of them are like, oh, this is grave and semi-divine, and we're so honored. And then there's Sam, who's effectively a landscaper, lawnmower guy. He's not well educated. He's somewhat referred to as a simple country guy. He's not even confident enough among hobbits to approach the girl that he really likes. He's shy and, kind of bashful, and he doesn't think of himself heroically at all. He's like, man, I want to get back to the trees and the farm, to where he may not feel like it's the height of, his future accomplishments, but it's his comfort zone. It's where he feels at ease and at peace. So there's a lot of that kind of stuff going on, but, Strider, or Aragorn, has a long and very detailed backstory, but at the beginning you don't know any of that, and I'm not gonna go out of my way to spoil it. If you aren't familiar with all that material, read the books. The movies are so pervasive at this point. I think everybody's kind of up to speed with how all that plays out. But there's a lot to his backstory. I didn't catch on my first and second readings, and I'm sure future readings more will come to light. But there's this point. He's picked up these hobbits, right? Because Gandalf and he, who have a backstory, Gandalf is like, dude, these guys are in huge danger. You're one of the few people that I can really tell what the deal is. So he's told a bunch of people, hey, keep an eye out for the Shire and keep an eye out for this guy named Frodo. He doesn't know, but there's forces at work that could really be more than he can bear. So, do me a favor, keep an eye out. Well, Strider is the one who knows everything. He's already been brought in with Gandalf to try to go get Gollum. They're both into this whole deal, and their stories interconnect. So he knows a lot, but we as the audience don't know any of that. We don't even know he's Aragorn. All we know is that he's this ranger out of the north, as viewed from Bree as a man not to be trusted. And of course he kind of reveals himself to Frodo in the Prancing Pony Inn and says, listen, I know Gandalf, I know you don't trust me, and that's actually good. You shouldn't be too trusting. But, oh, by the way, the fact that I haven't already killed you means you're probably okay trusting me, because if I'd wanted to, you would have been dead a long time ago. So, they get off, but as they're making their early trip, the first stuff that happens outside of the Shire, as they're moving from Bree to Rivendell, at some point Strider's like, man, you guys are crazier than the cats of Barry-Anders, or something like that. Again, I'm slaughtering the whole quote, but it's this deal about these cats. And an old elvish, I believe it was a queen, and he just makes this offhand comment like, you guys are crazier. And it implies it's what we do all the time. Oh, you're as talented as Tom Brady at football, those kind of things. It's a throwaway deal, but in our culture, everybody gets it. And in that moment, nobody questions him. Nobody's like, oh, what are the cats? Because it's a common reference. It's just those parts of everyday speech that we as humans all use all the time. we all make references and allusions to stuff, but once once the Minecraft cats get going and they're all talking and over, I always think, and I'll have to look up the reference, but it's like I think it's Barry Hand. I'm not certain though, so don't quote me on it. But fun, cool little gem in Tolkien's works, and just one of so many. And it's not that his work is pervasively dotted with just throwaway stuff. It's just done as an example of these characters that I'm creating and throwing into this situation don't all have common backgrounds. And I think that's it. I think Sam doesn't have any knowledge of what this references, and maybe some of the others do. And he says, what's the deal with that? And Strider's kind of like, oh, that's a story we can't get into it right now. Maybe later we will. And then I believe the Weathertop stuff goes down, and they never go back to. It's just kind of gone. It's like, what? Oh, it's just this teaser, and it keeps your mind kind of like, what could that have been? What was the little story there? Just, did he ever flesh it out in his mind, or was it one of those things where the characters say it, and then the writer at the time doesn't even, didn't have anything there, but it's like, yeah, maybe it's got a little mind, but I've done no publish, just more of a hobby, but I've done some fictional writing, and it's amazing. I recommend everybody as an adult try it. It doesn't have to be good, but make some characters, do something that's familiar, and don't get overly bogged down with the beginning or the ending or anything. Just start kind of free flowing with ideas, and you'll find that they do kind of have a life of their own. They begin to breathe in these side stories, and like, you think you're going to write about it's hot outside, so you're going to write about a trip to the pool, right? Everybody's going to pack a picnic lunch, and what happened? Maybe it was a stormy day at the pool, but as you're going, they're driving along, and all of a sudden you're like, and then squirrel darted out in the road, and the car veered, and somebody dumped a soda. Well, then, is that, we've all had experiences like that in life. Do you go back home to change? Is it, oh, I don't care, I've got a swimsuit on underneath my clothes, and it's not that big a deal? Or were you really going to the pool to try to meet somebody that you thought was pretty cool, and it was a sort of date that maybe everybody else in the car doesn't know about? So now it's a huge, like, I can't show up like this, and that's how stories grow. You can't, if you sat down and said, I'm going to write the story and it's going to be exactly this, and then you got to typing it, you'd find you couldn't, because as you're in the act of writing, enough transpires in your brain that you think, no, that's not quite right. I need to modify that. So the initial idea certainly changes, and that opens up for me as a reader so much possibility of what could the depths have been, and he wrote on all that stuff for decades over the course of World War and children growing up and everything. So amazing stuff. Hey, 59 minutes and 47 seconds. I think we're back on. So we got a bonus cat. We turned our crops. We did a little bit of mining and a little bit of caving and a little bit of fishing. So we kind of did it all and did nothing, right? we do have a full stack of potatoes in our hands now. I think I can trust well, no, maybe I can't because I didn't save and quit the title. I think I can trust myself to the thank you screen, though. At least I can get that out of the way. Again, I don't want to get into it, but someday we'll have two monitors. And these kind of things won't have to be even a risk, but no word yet. So you guys take care. Have a good break. I don't know. We'll see what this evening brings. If I'm back for more or not. You can kind of feel the heat soaking in after the walk. So I may try to cool things off a little bit here for a while and come back with fresh voice and fresh eyes, or maybe we'll let these few let end on a high note, get a good episode in, and then come back at it fresh again tomorrow. We'll see what plays out. But you guys take care. Do take breaks, and no matter how many videos are stacked up ahead of you, make sure to get up and move around, and do take care of yourselves and others between now and then. Stay awesome, and we'll see you next time. After you, if you're so inclined, hit that like and or subscribe button, or at the very least, leave a comment and say what you'd like a cat's name to be. Feel free to specify the cat. At this point, we have one name tag and 3 cats. So, Tuxedo. I don't even know which one it was. Was it Persian or Siamese for the other, or the white cat? So we got 3 different options there, and we can name appropriately. So, guys, take care. We'll see you. Bye now.